GSL Super Tournament Season 2. 2018 GSL Super Tournament Season 2.
Welcome back. Time to go to the other side of the semifinals. SOS is waiting to face off against one of these two players. But first, if you're in the studio, I know there's a lot of you down here today, hang on to your tickets. There are giveaways at the end of the show.
Yeah, and people win those giveaways. There's always like someone at the end that we're talking to and they have something, some sick mouse pad or goodie bag or a pro plush, or who knows, wow, Battle for Azeroth.
Yeah, I mean, it's you do want to stay for the whole show, and you do want to win that prize.
Yes.
The other people that leave, well, they don't get the prize, so
That's right.
it's all that matters is playing the long term, playing the long game. Anyways, this is going to be Dark versus Classic coming up here.
Yeah, and these two are like good friends. They were on the same team back in the Kespa days. They have played against each other countless times. Normally, Dark was the thorn in his side, but more recently, Classic has been able to take out Dark. It's become a closer matchup.
네.
Let's meet our players. They all say hello to each other.
월드에서 경례 세레모니로 입대시키는 모습까지 보여줬던 박영 선수인데 또 만나게 됐습니다. 김도우 선수 만나신 거
You guys had a
어떠신가요?
ceremony when we had your interview in GSL versus the World. How do you feel to be playing against Classic again?
계속 그 살아있는 게 보내도 끝이 없네요.
네, 보내도 끝이 없다. 계속 따라오는 것 같은 악령 같은.
He says, basically, he said Classic keeps following me around in every tournament I go to. I don't know what's going on.
김도우 선수의 표정도 좋진 않거든요. 짜증이 나신 건지 아니면 해탈을 하신 건지 어떤 기분이신지 궁금합니다.
Classic, you don't seem to have a very good impression on your face. What's going on in your mind right now?
좀 반갑거나 그런 게 있어야 되는데 전혀 반갑지가 않고 맨날 볼
If we
때마다
meet this
얼굴 보기가
often.
싫거든요.
네.
오늘은 좀 이기고 싶어요. 그래서
네.
I like him as a person, but whenever I face off against Dark, I hate playing against him. I want to send him home.
설명이 될 것 같습니다. 이제는 어떤 경기가 될지 저희도 예측하기가 힘든데 오늘 어떤 승부 예상하시나요?
저는 좀
It's hard to anticipate what kind of games we're going to have here. We've got so many matches ahead of us.
그래요.
전적 보니까
Well, anyways, whenever I face Classic,
그가 했어요.
can't remember the games I lost.
같은 항상 기분을 느끼셨던 것 같아요. 자, 김도우 선수.
But I want to look at her record in the past.
박용 선수와의 대결이
pretty good for me, right?
저도
What do you
많이
have to say to that,
진 줄
Classic?
알았는데 스코어가 비슷하다고 하더라고요. 올해는.
So I've lost several times to Dark in the past, but
오늘은 한 번쯤 이길 때가
when we look at the data, it's actually close to half and half. So I guess this is still doable.
참, 두 선수가
Maybe
친하기도
today's gonna be my lucky day.
하고 또 라이벌이기도 한 그런 사이인 것 같은데요. 자, 지난
So our two great players and two close friends are going to face off in just a minute here.
세레모니 어떠세요?
제가 하도 많이 해가지고
Do you have any ceremonies you're going to do if you win against Classic?
네.
그냥 오늘은 좀
I've done so many ceremonies at this point in time.
선배 대우를 해주고 싶다. 자, 블리즈컨
I'm treating him as a senior this time
여유가
around.
조금 있는 두 선수입니다. 오늘 세레모니 역시
So you
생각
two have both
없으세요?
secured your spots for
저도
BlizzCon.
일단 경기만 생각하고 왔고 뭐 이긴다면 할 수도 있어요.
So you probably are much more relaxed into this.
네.
우선 이기는 게 중요할 것 같아요.
She also asks, do you have any
자,
ceremony?
오늘
He says, I have
경기가
no ceremony
블리즈컨을
planned.
앞두고 또 중요한
Winning the
또
game is
기회가
my only
될
plan.
수 있을 것 같은데요. 오늘 경기 앞두고 두 선수의 마지막 한마디
Okay.
들어보도록
Before we enter the
하겠습니다. 짧게
games,
한마디입니다.
anything you would like to say to each other?
고영이 지금은 좀 한 번쯤 이길 때 됐다 이런 식으로 얘기하는데 뭐 원래 그러면은 좀
Classic says today's maybe going to be his day to defeat me,
항상 좀
but
이긴다는 자신 있었기 때문에
whenever people talk like that,
이번엔 꼭 우승할 수 있도록
that
하겠습니다.
always makes him fail.
네. 박영 선수가
So anyways, I'm gonna win. I'm
굉장히
feeling good.
자신감에 차 있으시네요. 김도우 선수.
Anything you want to say to Dark?
뭐 영우가 어차피
Since he's so
이기고
confident against you.
올라가도 맨날 준우승 하더라고요. 어제 준우승 할 바에는 그냥 여기서
Yeah, well, if Dark
떨어지는 게
beats me,
마음 편하지 않나.
makes it to the finals, he always ends up getting second place. Let's not forget that.
어차피
How about you let yourself get eliminated now and give me a shot instead?
네, 이렇게
That was good trash talk.
Yeah.
Toast. This is
nice comeback.
That does it for our interview, guys.
시즌 2 4강전 지금까지
Well, that can happen. Get a couple. Old school pro gamers that have known each other forever.
It's packed down here in the studio.
Yes, indeed.
What a lovely day, guys.
A lot of people came down today.
I know. Going to be some great games coming up here. So SOS is in the finals. We're either going to have a PvP finals or a PvZ finals.
Yeah.
Now, I feel like Dark is supposed to beat Classic, right?
Yeah, it's felt like Dark's tournament to lose once Mario got eliminated, you know?
But times are changing, Artosis. You can't tell me Classic hasn't been working so hard in PvZ to figure this matchup out.
You're certainly right
He's
about
got
that.
PvP and PvT on lock.
Yeah.
Maybe he's got the right adjustments. He is not chained to the past.
Yeah. But Dark is Dark, you know?
Yeah.
He always just plays so well. He always brings it. I don't know. I am leaning towards him. Although I really wouldn't mind a Classic SOS Finals. Classic's PvP is out of control, and, well, SOS is the best PvPer in the whole world, so I think that's...
Yeah.
For me, I actually kind of prefer that match.
That's the
but
Dream Finals for you.
for me,
I'm fine either way. Very exciting to see SOS.
Well, the real
finals.
dream finals for me was the ZVZ, but now that we have a Protoss up there, let's have a PvP.
Let's do it. You at least got to give us a mirror matchup.
Isn't that funny? Asking for a mirror?
I'm always surprised when people don't like mirror matchups. I don't get it. I'm like, what, you need to see the aliens fighting the bugs? Is that it?
Yeah.
Is that what you like about
StarCraft?
Is that what you like about StarCraft, person who's watching? You need to see the bugs fight the humans, huh? That's what's going on for
That's
you.
what you need. That's what you need.
Okay.
Yeah. No, the StarCraft 2 mirror matchups, we talk about this a lot, but they're so good. Every single StarCraft 2 mirror is really nice.
Do you think PvP is boring? Because both players can do insane cheeses and warp in strats.
Yeah.
And have a bunch of different builds. You don't like that part.
Yeah.
Is it because you want to watch it like it's a fantasy battle in space? That's like being into chess because you like monarchies. Okay?
Oh, that was good. I was wondering what you were going to finish off with. Fantastic, though. Yeah.
Dude, this is my...
I'm just a big fan of monarchies.
If you work in esports like us, you could, especially with a lot of journalists, you have people asking you the worst questions ever, you know?
Yeah.
But what if you, in fact, one day with one of these VR headsets could be inside the StarCraft battle, floating there? You could be a Marine. I'm like, I don't know if you understand what this game is about.
Yeah.
You know. What if one day these chess players could be kings? With their own knights, their own pawns.
Well, that's the state of journalism on Earth right now, Tasteless.
But why do they watch video games?
Yeah.
I'm 65 years old and I don't understand this.
Yeah. Hi, I'm an old person.
Anyways, I gotta go, guys.
By video games.
I gotta go to the bar and watch the game there.
Yeah.
The Lakers are playing. See ya. Still can't figure out why these guys watch games. Can't figure it out.
No. There's no real skill there, right?
They're just clicking buttons, right? They turn their brains off and they click buttons, right?
I want to get those people to play StarCraft.
I know.
Lock them in a room till they can beat an easy PC.
Oh, yeah.
They just die of old age. That's what'll happen.
Okay. Game 1 is going to be on Acid Plant. SOS sits in the finals waiting for either Dark or Classic. And guys, maybe SOS is actually going to win a GSL Finals. He never really does that.
Yeah,
But he just never does that.
GSL Super Tournament Season 2 Semi-Finals Match 2. Dark.
This guy doesn't win a lot of tournaments either, actually, to be honest.
Yeah. He makes it to the end of the movie, but he does die before it's over.
Yeah.
Gosu Crew Classic.
Now, Classic, people forget that he's actually a very high-end accomplished Protoss. Like, he's won a GSL, he's won an SSL, 2 BlizzCon top 4s. Like, this guy, he's the win toss. But it's been a while since he has a championship, and he's been deep several times recently.
Yeah, when he was interviewed a couple years back for BlizzCon, he was mentioning that he really wants to become synonymous with StarCraft, like the end-all.
Dark?
Oh, from France. Welcome. We
There's
got a decent number of French people coming down here today. Yeah. From Poland as well. Lots of history with Poland, Artosis, StarCraft. Lots of great players there, all the way from the back in the early days.
Indeed.
Welcome, everybody. We love you all. Now, in this game here,
Yes.
Classic, again, we got to know, Classic tends to beat every other race but Zerg. He can beat good Zerg players, but usually if you put him against one of the top 3 Zergs in the world, that's where he gets blocked out of advancing in a bracket.
Yeah, literally, it's like Dark specifically, and I guess recently this year Raynor a little bit, has knocked a Classic out a bit.
Oh, I almost forgot about that.
Yeah.
Good call.
But this is his Achilles heel, is this matchup. And the thing is, it's not like he can't win it. He does. He beat Dark in Season 2 of GSL Code S in the round of 8, if I'm recalling this correctly.
I think you're right.
Yeah, and that's where you get to play Maru, and we thought, wow, Classic's going to win this tournament. And Maru's like, oh, I've ascended, by the way.
Yeah. Turns out I'm actually the best in the world.
Like 4-1'd him or something. But yeah, we'll see where he goes with this. Like, last time that he did beat Dark, I remember he was using a little bit of 2 Stargate Phoenix. I don't think that's as popular now.
I don't think he's going to do that this time.
He's not. Look, the one thing I know is the series is not going to look anything like the one we just saw.
No. I do not think Classic's going to be running around trying to hide adepts in different spots on the map and using DTs in funny ways.
He's not going to go 8 charge lots into 4 DTs. It's not.
No, I don't think so.
Probably not a double immortal drop either.
So, Phoenix is continuing to be pumped out right now. So a little bit of harass here from Classic. We still haven't unpacked what Classic's doing. Dark appears to just be macroing up, so nothing fancy from him.
Yeah.
You do not want to count Dark out from cheesing, though.
Certainly not.
Dark will absolutely cheese. He seems to be a player who cheeses in a later part of a series, not an earlier part.
Yeah.
Whereas SOS, it's just very hard to figure out when he would do anything.
Sure. And as far as Dark goes, it's like he has some really good all-ins as well. Like, he invented that Proxy Hatch Ravager. Do you remember this Proxy Hatch Ravager that he was doing?
Yeah,
where
it was so cool.
Zest would have like 4 Void Rays and a bunch of shield batteries, and he would still break him.
Yeah, it was so
like
funny.
a 15-minute micro battle or something. It was just some crazy stuff with that.
15-minute one-base game.
Something like that, yeah. But, yeah, I think that playing reactive against Classic is probably a good call. Okay, so he is going the double Stargate play again. We were talking about this just a moment ago. It's not as popular right now as it was, but it's still a very good build. Now, what will be the way that Dark counters this when he sees it? First off, is he going to make roaches? Because that's what you're really hoping for with the double Stargate Phoenix. If they make a bunch of roaches because they think it might be something else because you're blocking their scouting, then you've got an edge with the build already. But if they skip that altogether, it's much worse.
Very true.
Like, if they were making, like, for instance, if you go, you know, the quick +1 melee speedlings like we were seeing Solar do a lot, that wrecks this build. You just can't take a third base. It's really hard.
He's actually getting a lot of drone kills here.
He is.
I wasn't going to bring it up right away, but it kept adding up. And yeah, he's gotten 7 worker kills. That definitely pays for the 2 adepts. Now, I was wrong, by the way. I didn't think he was going to be going mass Phoenixes, but he is this time around. He is banking them because he wants to try to fly out here and completely throw Dark off. Dark probably assuming that there's not going to be anything of that sort, just seeing the Oracle fly around.
Yeah. It's really cool to see him getting +1 as well. I'm sure Roddy's very happy wherever he is right now. At whatever event he's casting at the same time. But it's fantastic at that because he is investing so heavily into the Phoenixes. So, but Dark has gone directly into Hydras. He skipped Roaches altogether, so that gives him a little bit of a better position than if it had been the other way around.
Right.
The thing that I'm very interested in here is whether or not he will go into Spire against these Phoenixes. Because we've seen some very interesting Corruptor plays against it. I just want to see if that's going to be something that continues in the future, or maybe he'll just continually mass Hydras and just have that critical mass, right?
Yeah, I think that's a fine approach as well.
Yeah.
So Link's coming in over here. Not going to try to go in and actually do any damage, but here's comes the moment when the Phoenixes are going to come into play. Dark is not able to damage Classic anywhere, but Classic should be able to do a lot of hurt to Dark.
So he's already playing pretty defensively, even though I think he just got confirmation of what the build was. All right, picking up a couple Hydras, that's fantastic. Yeah. If you can reduce the Hydra count at all with these, it's really nice.
Hydras are pretty costly. I got to say, Dark is really positionally in a really good spot. I mean, he just has all the Hydras and Queens bunched up, trying to make sure that he really can't utilize any of the pickups without taking a big beating from the Spore. And I think Classic's gotten moderate amounts of damage off over here.
Continuing to try to poke in, but yeah, you're right. He's placing his units very well. Picking up a ton of the Hydras now. He's going to trade some Phoenixes out. I think it's worthwhile, though.
Yeah.
Continuing to fly around and harass, getting into his Twilight as well.
Yeah, Ford's
look at
almost
that.
done here too.
Look how
But
much
Ling
damage.
Hydra he's not stopped Artosis.
No.
And I think eventually he's going to say, you know what? These Phoenixes can't help you at all.
Oh, that's
There's
such
too many
oh
Hydras
my-
to get pickups up. Okay, that
He just got 4 Phoenixes.
was so bad.
That was so good for Dark.
Oh, but I meant bad for Classic.
Yeah, no, that's true. That's true.
Yeah.
Like, I can't believe you think it was bad for Dark that he killed all those units. But no, that was...
But I think now Dark can actually come in here and maybe take out this base.
Yeah.
There's a bunch of gateways that are about to finish, but it's not before this attack is going to start.
What does he have against Banelings? Quick, tell me.
He's got units that run into Banelings and die.
Yeah, that's it.
That's
exactly what he's got.
He's got Zealots. He's got a battery. Maybe that one Oracle will kill all those Hydras. Probably not. Okay, and again, the Phoenix numbers, with this many Hydras, the Phoenixes actually have to stay out. They can,
Well, he's just dead, man. That's it.
yep. Looks like game 1 should be going to Dark here,
Yeah.
as he is overrunning Classic. Classic going back to that double Stargate style, and it was handedly shut down.
Yeah. Yeah, he got the bad end of build order choices here.
GG.
When you go for kind of a macro approach to Hydras, skipping Roaches, and you hit that, you're in a better spot than if you went for the Roaches. But, there's build orders that can catch you if you're doing that. For instance, if that was a charge all-in, you would have had a very hard time.
Yeah.
If that was a quick Archon drop, you could have had a hard time as well. But, that's the name of the game sometimes. You take a little bit of risk with your build orders and see who's got the edge.
Classic's feeling the pressure here. History is repeating itself once more. Classic probably be the best Protoss in the entire world if he just could beat Zergs. Let's see what he does this time around, though. I mean, for good reason, we have them playing several games.
If his PVZ was as good as his PVT and PvP, do you
Yeah.
think he would actually be better than Stats, or
Yeah,
just similar?
I think he'd be better. I'm serious, Artosis.
I know you're serious, but then I think about
I wouldn't
how,
lie to you and all these nice
how
people.
Stats brought Cyril to the brink, and he beat Maru.
Yeah, he's
and-
pretty good.
Yeah, he's all right. Stats is all right.
He's not bad. I'll give
He's
him that.
definitely at least a top 10 Protoss.
Okay, guys,
In
game
Korea.
2. It's going to be on Lost and Found. Right now, Dark with a 1-0 lead. Classic, who has lost to Dark, at least recently in the past, a few times. He needs to try to overcome this. SOS is waiting in the finals to face off against one of these two here in the... Say it with me, Artosis. GSL SuperTournament
Season
2
Semifinals.
Semifinals.
Match 2.
Match 2.
2008. Oh, no, we don't say that part. Okay. Very good.
We did it, Tasteless. We eat each other's sandwiches.
At the exact same time.
Dark.
Does this shirt just say off?
Oh, it does.
What if you press right there? Does he just fall over?
Gosu Crew. Classic.
That's how you stop his heart? All right, Classic. Show us what you got. Classic, it's funny. Both Classic and SRS are two of the greatest Protosses of all time. Completely and totally different play styles. And this is happening more and more with StarCraft 2 as we're seeing more of things branching out and diverging.
Well-
Some Classic support here.
Certainly they are different because no one is anywhere near SOS really, but I think that they are more similar to each other than they would be to Stats.
Oh, yeah. No, that's
Okay.
fair. I think Stats is in a completely different direction as far as
Yeah,
Protoss play
yeah.
goes. He's a lot more conservative.
Yeah. Whereas, like, if you want to practice to try to beat SOS in a tournament, a lot of people try to get Classic as one of their opponents. Like him and Hero, I think, are probably the
Yeah.
closest approximations in Korea to him.
Okay. Will Classic go for some kind of a timing here? I mean, the unfortunate thing was when those Phoenixes came out, the idea was good, but Dark's defense is just so good. If Hydras are ever bunched up enough, Phoenixes are not allowed to even go close.
Yeah.
The Hydras do so much damage so quickly
The critical
that the
mass
Phoenixes
is
just disappear. It's
yeah.
actually funny.
You're killing so many before they even get a lift. That
Right.
It gets pretty out of control. Hydras have some pretty insane DPS at the moment. Turns out. So,
So, here is a Stargate again.
Yeah, pretty standard.
If he goes for another double Stargate, I'm going to be just really surprised.
I would like to see him just follow this with an Archon drop. Try to make sure that Dark isn't pulling a fast one. I think as Dark knows that Classic does like double Stargate. And if he just goes Ling into Hydra, it'll be good for him. But, I mean, you do have the counter builds as Protoss if you think your opponent is playing that way.
Okay. Well, now we wait. The Adepts are going to come out and try to do a little bit of a push. We don't see anything hidden so far, like proxy pylons. We don't see a lot more gates coming up just yet. But let's wait and see, really. One thing about Dark is if you look back at a lot of his games, he doesn't really die to special rushes, you know?
Yeah, he holds on pretty darn well against everything. At every stage of the game, really. He's one of the hardest guys to actually finish off. And he's one of the best comeback artists in the game as well. So, Phoenix popping out to kill off this Overlord. We already have an Oracle on the way. Oracle doubling back, Overlord doubling back. Probably just peeking to see if he takes those gases at his natural, because that's one of the main builds that can mess you up if you're trying to stay on just Lings. Like if Classic were to go for the charge all-in, let's say, and you're just sitting there making Lings, well, that doesn't work well. Believe it or not. But it looks like an Archon drop is coming out of Classic.
Yeah, Classic going for a much more moderate route here. No surprises, no tricks. It's funny because Classic's PvP is so different from his PvZ, just the way he looks at the matchup. I feel like Classic does really try to do a much more standard opening PvZ. PvT, PvP, he's actually very much so okay with doing rushes and harasses and attacks like that.
Oh yeah, he has
Am I
a lot
wrong
of
about this?
No, you're right. He has like a lot of confidence in those matchups, like PvT for it. Well, everyone in PvP mixes in a lot of aggression right now, but oh, that's kind of funny. Not sure, not sure about it, but anyways, certainly in PvT, for instance, he will just start pressuring you right off the bat. He really popularized 3 gateways, making a lot of units in the mid-game to crush the little mid-game pushes that were happening.
Right.
You know, that's part of the reason why he was at like 90% PvT win this year.
Yeah.
Maru messing that up a little bit, I think, but...
Okay.
Yeah, he's not like that in PvZ.
No, I'm just wondering if maybe if he tried to be a little bit more like that, I wonder if he'd have better results. Because he's very good at being an in-your-face player.
Yeah.
Anyways, he's going to come in here with these 2 Oracles. He's looking for some kills. And okay, that actually went really badly.
Yeah.
If you have 2 Oracles, they can, of course, one-shot the drones. The fact that he had 2 that flew in there.
Yeah, he could have gotten 4 drones there if that was perfectly done.
Yeah, it looks like he ended up damaging some.
Yeah.
Almost like there was some staggering with the Oracle shots.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
So, the 3rd Nexus on the way, getting charged, but also just about ready now for the Archon drops. Adding quite a few gates, so it seems like he's going to possibly be a little bit more aggressive than what we were thinking. Okay,
Well,
that one went a lot better.
Yeah, that's fine.
4 kills that time, that's nice. Oh, the Link counterattack. Moves like this are so good. It's a big part of why Dark is so strong.
Okay, good harass. It's starting to pick up.
Yeah. And look, once again, there was just no roaches made whatsoever. So suddenly it's like, yeah, you're getting a little bit done as Dark here with those Lings, but the Archon drop, punishing slightly.
Yeah.
He's got some good harassment with those Oracles as well.
And now the Baneling's Nest is going to finish up. Gates coming down here. Classic's going to have a lot of potential to push. I mean, Dark did, as you were saying, take a little bit of a risk there, right? He's skipping roaches, but he's got Hydras out now.
Yeah. And he's totally fine. It's this Archon harassment's not going to do very much more. You have to be very careful around Hydras because they'll shoot down your Prism quickly. But against a small number like this, definitely can put in some damage. But the next attack should end up being from Dark. Like, Classic has to play on the defensive now. With the Baneling Nest finished, a bunch of Hydras already out, this is actually kind of a scary moment. He doesn't have Psystorm. So he's got to utilize shield batteries, he has to use his Archons to stop the Banelings from really wrecking him,
Yeah.
and then have to have enough Zealots left over to kill the Hydras. This is a tough defense.
Classic hurt Dark, but Dark does have this chance to come back into this.
Yeah.
Dark and Solar, nobody's really better at this style than this. Now, he did get close to the pylon just on the edge there, so Classic does know that this is coming. Doesn't see the exact number just yet, and it looks like he's going to try to come in here and attack right now.
Yeah, okay, the Baneling's getting some connects there. Oh, not sure about this, the way that those Banelings were used, but he's dealing a lot of damage to these Archons.
Oh my god!
Oh, man.
Thing is, there's actually almost enough Hydras.
Yeah.
He can actually push this back.
Archons do not pair well against them.
Well, the Hydra shots connect directly to the Archons, and they, of course, outrange the Archons.
Yeah.
Is this the point where he could just try to roll over him? Groove Spines is about to finish here.
Well, you know what?
Now, he didn't invest in he doesn't even have drones at that expansion.
Yeah,
but
look how low his worker count is, 51. That's super low.
Wouldn't hurt to get that core over there.
Look at those changelings blocking the Zealots. I love it.
Oh, yeah, good call. So, looks like he wants to back out and regroup. Now, he's not making any more drones. He's actually going to go back. He's going to make a bunch more Banelings and try to come in again. The defense here for Classic is really brittle. He's got some of those Archons. They use the shield batteries back there to recharge their shields, but the problem is there's not a lot in front of the Archons, and in fact, with Classic going out with the Warp Prism, that could actually really cost him the game.
Yeah,
because Hydras are actually kind of okay if they're in big enough numbers against Archons.
Well, his Archons just need to deal with these Banelings as best he can, so his Zealots don't all get wrecked. But this army is way too big for Dark.
Look at this.
Yeah, he's going to break him.
Man,
wow. Dark just really outdoing Classic in these first couple games. Look how quick the Archons died.
I think this is going to look this much of a mismatch, but yeah, I mean, that's it. Now he's unpowered. The Robo, he's basically in the center of Classic's position. The probes go down. GG. Dark right now with a 2-0 lead.
Yeah, he's looking really, really strong right now. That's some good stuff, but here's the thing. Even if he eliminates Classic here, they're both going to BlizzCon. So is the other finalist here in SOS.
They're going to BlizzCon.
And SOS is watching these games, and he is saying, oh, I see what you're up to. You watch. If Dark just wins again in this type of manner, SOS is going to start busting out like charge all-ins and stuff.
I think so.
Or maybe that Zest type play where it's an Archon drop into a mass charge. Like those types of builds would do very well against what Dark is doing here. But Classic has got kind of the poor end of things a couple times now.
Pressure on here for Classic. SOS did it. He was down 0-2 and then won 3 games in a row. I don't know if Classic is the same caliber as SOS in the best of 5 sense. But then again, Artosis, who is really?
Well, yeah.
TY, I guess. Okay, fair enough.
That would be about it, though, right? And
yeah.
He's considered basically the smartest player.
Yeah, just build order organization. Dark basically just waits to see what Classic's going to do, slaps it down, and then goes and kills him. Yeah. That's his strategy.
Fair enough.
Yeah. All right, guys. We're going into Game 3. It will be on the map Dreamcatcher. Dark versus Classic. The winner of this series goes on to face off against SOS in the Super Tournament Finals.
GSL Super Tournament Season 2 Semi-Finals Match 2. Dark.
Yeah, hopefully Classic can start fighting back against this monster. Pretty one-sided thus far.
Gosu Crew Classic.
Okay. Whatever Classic has, whatever the best PVZ he knows is, he's going to have to pull that out now. Because otherwise, I just don't see him having a shot here. Kind of weird, though, because, yeah, you were saying this earlier, Artosis, but if Classic's watching, once again, guys, hope you guys had a great time in Seoul. Excellent, excellent city. But as we were saying earlier, SOS, I would not want to be Dark in this position playing against Classic while SOS is taking notes on what I'm doing.
I know, right?
Right? I mean, this is just tricky.
Dark does have a big range, so, you know, he can change it up a little bit, but SOS is really going to be prepped for this. I mean, he already prepped for Solar. He showed a lot of different builds there. He can always make up new ones, too.
Yeah, that's the weird thing about SOS is he seems to have so many builds that it's almost a non-factor.
Well, if he needs a build, he just makes it up. He's like, oh, I need a completely new strategy no one's ever seen, used, thought of, heard of. It's like, okay, yeah, I'll just make that now. Okay, I won with it. Okay, sick.
I'll do the strategy I can only do one time ever. Okay, it worked.
Yeah. Remember when he used DT Blink that one game? And in the interview, they're like, what was that? That was crazy. He played a macro DT Blink harassment game against Terran.
Yeah.
And then he was like, yeah, I didn't want to have to use that. I've been holding on to it. I was 90% sure it would win. And it was like, who are you?
No, it's so true.
He's so wild.
Yeah. Okay. Stargate on the way again here. Both games, I mean, it seems like Classic did a moderate amount of damage, and then Dark made a bunch of Hydras and Banes and killed him.
Yeah.
I don't know what else to say, guys. That's basically what went down.
Well, that's, to be honest, that is a lot of PVZs that go wrong. If things go wrong, you just can die very easily. But, you know, kind of really hoping he can start to fight back like SOS did. At this point, Game 3, SOS against Solar, I was pretty certain. I was like, oh, okay, Solar's got this. Like, for sure, those two games were so good. But SOS clutched out, and Classic is really of a similar level, to be honest.
Sure. Ling speed's now done. We see him coming up here, trying to get a peek as to what's going on in this location. Now, the Overlord does get the scout off here. It so far looks like it's what's happening in Game 1. I don't think we're going to have a second Stargate. I really actually hope we don't. I don't think that's going to work against Dark. I think you're trying to be almost too fancy against someone like Dark, who just has a lot of stuff and defends well and then goes and kills you because you didn't play normal enough.
Yeah, and the thing is, Classic almost likes it a little bit too much. It was a big linchpin last time he beat Dark, so
yeah,
it seems like Dark is not going to let that occur again.
Robo Bay coming down here as well.
Yeah, so
Dark continues to drone up as Spores are about to finish.
Should be Archon drop following, since we see that Robo right now. And of course, Dark just macroing up.
And there's that Twilight Council. I think you're right, Artosis.
Yeah.
Archon drop's probably going to be the name of the game.
Well, just playing a standard solid game as of now. Hey, not too bad. 3 kills, yeah.
3's fine, as long as it doesn't lose it to these queens. Carefully navigates that out.
Roach Warren on the way. Wow, Dark is just always doing the right thing, huh?
Yeah, it looks like he's just.
Well, I guess last game there was an Archon drop and he didn't get the Roach Warren, so I shouldn't say that. But the Hydra Rush can do it too. When you're on 52 drones or whatever.
Got to put this out there, guys. I know we got a lot of people watching. StarCraft 2 is free to play now.
Yes.
Get out there and get that game. If that's not on your hard drive, what are you doing?
It's so fun.
Yes.
Whatever games you like, they're not as good as StarCraft.
This is true.
It's like a proven fact. They're easier. Yeah, I like easy games sometimes. No, I don't actually, but I understand people
Dark
do.
Souls of
Look,
multiplayer games.
Bejeweled is cool. Okay? It's a good game. But every game is Bejeweled next to StarCraft.
This is true. By the way, everything looking very normal again, Artosis. Zealot legs coming out here. The Roaches are being pumped. It looks like he wants to start to put some pressure on. This Oracle, fortunately, will be able to protect the Archons from being surrounded by the legs.
Yeah.
But of course, now Dark knows that this is coming.
Well, the Oracle actually killed a Roach.
Yeah, you don't get to see that every day.
Oracle should be going home, though, to that third Nexus. I think if you keep that out there too long, use too much energy, you're begging for them to try to cancel your third. So yeah, he sends that back for now. Archon drop coming in. Not the best first swing by, but gets a couple drones. Oh, I like that. The 2 Adepts kind of left on the side. If he starts drawing the Roaches around all over the place, he might be able to shade in, get a few extra drone kills at that third. What's so funny?
Nothing. I'll tell you later.
Yeah, that is funny. Get those drones.
So the Lings are going to come around here. And we're seeing Dark take the 4th base. So far, it's been a very passive game. Zealot legs about to finish. I don't think he's going to get a denial there on that hatchery.
Should not. Second Robo coming up. This is just a completely standard game. I guess that's what Classic's going to do when his life's on the line in the tournament.
Yeah, he does not want to take any risks. So the opposite of SOS.
Just Immortals and Psystorm. We'll see if he can just play the normal game well enough to take out Dark.
Okay, he's going to try to come in once again and hit this hatchery. Now, forcing the cancel would be ideal.
Yeah, that would be
In fact,
big.
I don't see it. Yeah, these roaches are pretty far away.
I think they'll just save it. Yeah.
Okay, picks him up and gets out of there.
No problem. But, you know, you walk over across the map to some Immortals and Force Fields, and you might be able to pick that off.
Yeah, that's a good point. I don't think he's going to just be transfusing that back at home.
Hey, look at that. Infestation Pit. This is not a bad map to go for.
Dude, is he going to get it?
Oh, God. He was busy killing creep tumors. But
Yeah, this hatchery's weakened up. I don't think the Dark is supposed to be moving out unless he's okay with his hatchery being destroyed.
I think he is.
Well, I don't know, Artos.
Well, otherwise he wouldn't be moving out,
Immortals here, yeah. But he was wrong to think that.
Well, he saves the hatchery anyway, so I guess it's all right. Going to eat through some of these Zealots, but yeah, is he going Stormhost? I don't think he's just rushing to Hive. That would be kind of...
Stormhost is going to be
weird.
interesting if Protoss is trying to pump out as many Immortals as possible. Ravagers are being made.
But what is this for if it's not for Swarmhost?
Oh, let's wait and see.
Like, this is like a weird composition to go into Hive off of. Like, you don't go Roach into Hive. That's not really a thing because you'll just die when they push you. Like, you need to get a Hydra done. Okay, there it is. 12 Stormhosts. I'm loving that these guys are mixing in some more Stormhosts. It was weird when that went away for a bit.
Well, I think Dark basically got a good read on Classic and said, oh, you're going to play a textbook PvZ.
Yeah.
Oh, that means it's my turn to be weird.
Sure.
Let me play around that as well.
Well, you know, Stormhosts are just kind of good against all those units. Obviously, Classic's not behind. Like all the games that we saw from Solar with the Swarmhost, he was going Swarmhost when his opponent was just straight up behind. So it was a great way to finish off someone that was forced into double Robo Immortal. Here, there's a lot more play for Classic. He's got a sizable army. It's really filled out well. He's got a Prism that can be out on the map. So he can... There's like a lot of different plays that can happen here. He can fight against the Locust a little bit. He can run away, do counterattacks.
Got to be careful.
It's kind of
now, even forcing some of those Locusts to come out is quite a good thing.
Well, that's annoying.
So he's got these Roaches over here. He wants to draw the army back to try to save the probe so he can then hammer with the Locusts.
Ooh, good pickoff right there. Okay, the Locust's going to jump over.
Just goes for the hatch, or the Nexus, right? Or does he just try to chisel away at whatever he can get?
Yeah, just I think killing shield batteries is all right.
Yeah, try to go
whatever.
for the Nexus, the shield batteries just save it too.
Yeah, it's going to take a few. When you have that many cannons and shield batteries and some units there, it's going to take several volleys to get that Nexus, I think. Okay, Baneling's speed on the way. Yeah, it's a scary army.
The thing is, we got to watch and see if the Swarmhosts ever get killed. Now, this army might be big enough you could possibly burst down Locusts.
Yeah, he's probably just going to Psystorm them.
Yeah, one or two Psystorms might give you the room to chase the Locusts to the corner of the map and then you kill them.
You know what? If there's no Locusts, suddenly it's a Roach-based army and your Immortals are really going to plow through there.
Okay, he knocks the rocks out. He's just trying to buy time. Classic decides to just actually create a direct path over here, come in and do damage. Classic's fourth base, actually a little bit later than we would have expected.
Look how scary this army is. Oh my god.
Okay, Banelings is what he's going to need to use here. Oh my god, the Banelings hardly doing anything at all.
Yeah.
Locust coming down now, connecting with some of these Immortals.
Well, very good Psystorm on most of them right there. Trying to target down with the Locust some of the High Templars. Only gets one, though. More Banelings rolling in, but the Immortals stay alive.
Oh my god, is he going to do it?
Yeah.
If he could just get up this ramp here. He's now in the way of all the rally points, by the way. It's so hard for your army to come out and do anything effective without everything just being killed off.
Yeah. Well, with this many Immortals and their shields are all starting to get recharged, there's not much left here for Dark. You know, I liked what his ideas were here, but Classic was so decisive, just getting all over him.
Swarmhost now taking a lot of damage. And he's going to recall this back now.
You know
Once he realizes he's probably done the damage he wants to do.
Yeah, when you're ahead, get more ahead. That's a good call.
What about a Swarmhost counterattack? I mean, he can deny the third base, right? Fourth base, excuse me. That's what I meant. Fourth base.
Yeah, you might be able to.
Ooh, sneaky, sneaky. Sending these Zealots in here. In the main, anything to try to buy time, anything to try to draw attention away from Dark actually attacking across the map in some kind of a counter.
All right, a few Locusts coming up. This is definitely not the base to attack right now. Maybe he doesn't know about that fourth yet, but
I
a
think
full volley there might be able to take it out before it even finishes. And that would start to get Dark back in the game at least. Because like Dark's army, the only power he has is those swarm hosts basically.
Yeah, they're clunky units. This War Prism is doing a number right now on Dark. I mean, this is what happens when you've invested a number -1 win, Artosis.
Oh, yeah.
He might end up losing this game here because he's not able to get across the map and do anything.
Quite a few Zealots being warped in right there. Dark trying to recover his position in this game. He's got a bunch of bases. It's like, hey, watch my War Prism. I'm going over here. I'm going to harass you.
You can't hit me from ground.
I got your spawning ghoul. Like, well, was I going to make lings? Seems like those slow banelings haven't done very much this game.
That's a swarm host in the middle of the map, right?
Should be, yeah.
Oh, here we go.
Yeah, this is not the right place.
Yeah, I don't know what he's doing over here. It's so weird.
Well,
I mean, I guess he's going to kill an Immortal or two.
Yeah, he gets one. That's something, but now you got to do that like 12 more times in a row. Yeah, he's making more swarm hosts to do that more with, but I think Classic's getting to the point. Sometimes I see people make too many Immortals. I know that sounds weird.
No, it's definitely a possibility.
Okay, so does he have 12?
Yeah.
He has 12. Okay, at this point, I feel like it's actually better to stop your swarm hosts. I mean your mortals. I think 10 is more than enough. But 12 and then 14, it's like, okay, what are we doing here?
Okay, another wave of locusts are going to try to come across the map in the 12 o'clock spot.
Do you need 100 supply of immortals? It's like, God.
Okay, he's going for the Nexus. I don't know if these cannons can quite save this in time.
Well, if you would heal
One
it
more
with
volley. Yeah, if we use the shield batteries correctly.
Oh my gosh.
GG, Classic does it, and he has begun the comeback.
All right, that was a good game. Really solid play out of Classic. I like what Dark was trying to do with the Swarm Host. I think that's a good map for Swarm Host because you can get up really close to the bases to launch the Locusts in. But Classic was like so decisive with the counterattack and getting that natural, then recalling out. It was just great play.
Well, now what? I mean, Dark was winning with the Ling Bane Hydra attacks that were working out really nicely. Does he want to just try to switch it up a little bit? I think Classic handled the Swarm Host really well. I don't want to be too critical of Dark, but I think he could have taken out that Nexus at the 4th with the Swarm Hosts.
Oh yeah, he could have, but
it seems like he should have had his Roaches and Banes hitting the 12 o'clock spot and then had the Locust hitting the 4th.
I think at first, maybe he didn't know it was there, but maybe also he was saying, if I don't reduce this Immortal count, I'm dead.
Yeah. Okay. We're now going to go to game number 4. Dark versus Classic. So much on the line here. Yeah. SOS waiting in the finals. Sitting on his throne, holding his scepter. Drinking a goblet of nerd blood.
Well, he's going to need a refill pretty soon, so these guys better finish this series up.
That's right. Okay. Yep, game is now officially loading up. Guys, tell your friends to join us here. When we wrap up this best of 5, we're going to go right into the finals of the Super Tournament. You do not want to miss it. It's the last StarCraft 2 event we're doing here in this studio this year before we bring a lot more cool stuff next year.
Super Tournament Season 2 Semifinals Match 2. Dark.
Yeah, still looking strong, even though he dropped that map.
Gosu Crew Classic.
Hoping he can knock down Dark again, bring us to a game 5, just have a super epic night.
Do you believe in miracles, Artosis?
Well, I know that miracles are real, Tasis.
I believe in miracles, Artosis. I think Classic is come
Saint
back 3-0.
Saint in the finals, so
that's right.
To know that miracles are real.
I've seen a seed turn into a mighty oak tree, Artosis. And that's what I'm going to see here with Classic.
Wow.
More Dark support here. Some people in the audience looking for a PvZ finals. So
I
let's talk
promised
about
the PvP would be amazing. The Classic SOS is just an amazing PvP match.
I'd almost prefer that one, but I'll take what
The
they
only
give me.
PvP match I'd rather see than that is Hero SOS. When those two fight,
Oh,
it's
that's
just like,
so crazy.
oh my gosh, it's like someone puts electrodes on my brain.
Yeah, man.
Like, turn
it's
it up!
like someone.
Ah!
It's like someone puts electrodes on my brain, man. Artosis
That's what it's like.
2018.
Yeah.
Are they good feeling electrodes, Artosis?
Well, yeah. They are
All right.
good feeling, yeah.
Artosis, it's so good to have you here.
Yeah.
Let's talk about SOS's ID for a second, by the way.
Okay. I
What
love
is-
how this is like the other match. We just keep talking about SOS.
Well,
all
we
the
got to
time.
build him up, man.
Yeah.
He's there waiting.
Yeah.
Do you know what SOS actually stands for in his ID?
Oh, I heard it recently, and it was so bad that I made myself forget.
Yeah.
it.
What was it? It was something like
Like Soul of Star or something
Soul
like
of
that.
Star or something like that.
It was not Save Our
I thought
Ship.
it was. Yeah, I thought it was SOS, like what they use
Yeah.
in the Navy.
Something totally corny and bad. We should have coached him into not saying that was it.
Yeah. It's like when I met a long time ago.
Yeah.
I met Null Ra. He was like the super legendary Brood War player, and I thought his ID was Ra, like after like the Egyptian god. You know, like the Nexus looks like a pyramid. And I told him that, and he goes, "Whoa, I never thought of that. I just picked Ra because it was a sound."
Yeah, but isn't Nala flying in Korean? So
Yeah,
thought
but-
I always thought that's what it
No,
was.
that's actually not why he did it, though.
Didn't White Raw make his ID White Raw because of Nala?
I think so. Yeah.
He's like the white version of that type of Protoss.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah. Well, here we are.
Okay, the Adepts are coming in once again. This is a dance we've seen.
Whoa! 2 kills.
Yeah. Oh,
Are you
3.
kidding me? 3 kills! Are you kidding me?
I can't believe that.
3 kills with that Adept.
That never happens.
Dark, you should be ashamed. 3 kills.
Hopefully, it's not a sign of the future there for Dark.
Oh my God.
Especially when you lose workers early on in a game like this, it hurts a lot.
Yeah.
You know, the more workers you have, the more quickly you can recover from losses. But
Kid's getting so wrecked this game, Tasteless.
Oracle,
3 workers.
Oracle coming down now on the bottom of the map.
More workers.
Dude.
3 wasn't enough. Another 4. Makes
And
7.
he gets away.
Oh my God.
Wow.
The damage is
Damn.
real. What do you do now?
Every once in a while, even at the highest levels of play, you'll see somebody lose that many workers.
Yeah.
Off the bat. Now, is this going to change what Classic's going to do?
Yeah.
Is he going to try to do some kind of a timing here?
Well, he certainly is. Without any doubt. Look at this. Twilight, bunch of gates being added. He doesn't have a proxy pylon and he doesn't have a prism. So I'm not sure of exactly what this is. Right? He didn't make a robo, did he? No. No. It's impossible.
It's passable.
Yeah, I think it's just going to be adepts into a third.
Why not?
Pressure
Keep
heavily.
the pressure on.
Yeah, it's not like all in.
Whenever
by
you
any
kill that
means.
many workers, they have to
maybe
remake
it'll be-
those workers, and then that means they're going to have less attacking units, which means further pressure can a lot of times pay off.
Yeah. Look at that damage. It's lost only a single adept, and that adept got 3 kills.
Glaives is coming. But we do see that Dark is getting a Roach Warren here. He's
Yeah, very
continuing to
important.
remake his drones. He's about to way exceed Classic on workers here. And
But
yeah,
for how long?
well, that's the question.
When the Glaved Adepts come in, they're going to have something to say about that worker count.
Maybe this is how Classic does it. Maybe this is how we get to Game 5.
It's looking that way right now, after such a smooth opening.
And Dark's pretty good at blocking out the Adept Shades as they go to different areas, having an army right there to try to hit it
Yeah.
before it can really start to increment out a lot of damage.
Yeah. But, okay, how many gates does he actually have? This is a lot
like
of
he has
adepts.
at least
He has
6,
like
I think.
16 adepts right now.
Okay, he's moving out. Now, Classic should know, or excuse me, Dark should know what's coming his way. The tricky part is that you can split these Adepts up. You can hit different locations. And a lot of times the damage is done before the Adepts are wiped out.
Looks like Colossus Tech is going to be the follow-up as well. Very interesting stuff here. Classic really putting the pressure on. Here goes that shade.
Oh my God.
Oh,
so
boy.
many drone kills right
Yeah.
away. Already 11 kills. Phoenix with a pickup here. Now he's going to shade into the main.
Oh my God, Dark's in so much trouble right now.
Look at this. Wow.
So many drones going down. Classic just having his way with Dark this game.
And he can continue to shade. I mean, these adepts aren't going anywhere, guys. Look at this. He's going to come down here and hit again. 25 workers killed.
Dark is so far behind right now.
How does Zerg recover? You tell me.
Oh, I don't know.
This many workers actually killed off, and it's not done.
Oh, it's certainly
What
not.
about drones here? You got drones here? No, I don't like that. Get him out. No drones allowed.
He has lost so far this game 36 drones.
Damn.
Oh, wow, he's actually making Disruptor.
I guess he could probably get
yeah.
outside the base and start pushing in.
Yeah, it's just this version of Disruptor isn't quite as good against Zerg because Zerglings will blow it up a lot of the time, but I guess, you know, he's just sitting on roaches only. So it'll still be very useful. Plenty of force fields here.
Yep, some roaches coming out. I think Dark may try to set up a counterattack so that if the big push does come, he can run in there with roaches. Oh, this is funny. Okay. Well, now he's going to lose all these roaches. Yeah. That
See
was
that
not
very
good.
specific micro of running past the other roach?
Yeah, yeah.
I love it.
Well, Dark's trying to come in here and do a little bit of damage. I almost feel like this should have waited until Protoss actually left, because now these roaches are going to die too, and Dark is even smaller. Well, Classic's army is 61 Artosis, Dark's army is 30.
Yeah, and it's roaches. So, like, with roaches, you're looking to have a good 20, 30 supply more than your opponent to have any chance of winning. Well, this is like... what do you call it? Choose your own adventure of win?
Yeah, exactly. He can turn to page 51 and win with disruptors.
Well, he's going to turn to page
36.
99.
Yeah.
Because it looks like GG.
Oh, wow.
And that's going to be it. Because there's like 18 roaches right now.
He's going to send some of those roaches in a counterattack that if one warp-in will easily shut down.
Yeah. Look at that. The Oracle ready for him. Okay, this attack's going to be so deadly.
Yeah. And with just roaches, the force fields are so easy to set up.
Yeah.
Does he just go for the third, or does he try to push into the natural?
Just kill
Again,
everything.
choose your own adventure.
In a line. Kill this, and then kill that, and then kill that, and then kill that. And eventually Dark's going to leave this game. We're going to go to game 5.
Okay, the hatch is down. Now he can just rotate over to this area. Why not take some roaches out on the way?
Dark right now having the hardest time. Oh ho! All right, decent disruptor hit there.
Okay. This is it, guys. This is GG. We're going to have to go to game 5 here.
Yeah.
As Classic just manhandled Dark in this game with some great harass early on. Ro.4 not going to save him now.
Certainly
and
not.
maybe we will have another 3-0 comeback here as Classic is keeping the ball rolling.
Yeah, going to game 5. This is so weird. Both times I was so sure the Zerg player would win. Both times going to game 5. Protoss, huge momentum. You know what? If he wins, then that means a Protoss wins a big tournament this year.
Oh, finally.
Yeah. And finally, we have justification for those
Protoss OP memes that people keep saying, even though Terran is winning right now, and so is Zerg.
The post-BlizzCon Protoss nerfs. Finally, we have justification if Protoss wins this tournament.
We knew that eventually SOS and Classic were going to figure it out.
Yeah.
Look at Dark. He was so confident going into this.
Yeah, well, he's always confident about everything.
How unexpected.
He's the most confident player in the whole world.
Yeah. When you see him on stage, he's very cool. He's very collected. He's got a good...
He always says he's going to win against everybody all the time.
Yeah.
And he doesn't, because he doesn't win many tournaments. But, you know, he's so good that we act like he does.
Is Classic about to overcome this hump? This problem he keeps facing, that he's not quite that strong in PvZ. It said he could win PvP, he could win PvT, but you put him against a Zerg, and that's usually when he gets flooded out of the tournament.
Well, so far so good, I guess. Coming back with the 2-0. Definitely has to be inside of Dark's head because of that.
But what's that final closing strategy? The map's Parasite. It's one of the newer maps. I mean, if there's any kind of cool tricks he has, maybe he's going to use it. But you know who likes to cheese when things are really on the line?
Who?
Dark.
Oh.
He always cheeses late in best of 5s.
Okay.
What if he makes a Nidus network? What if he does some kind of a crazy rush?
Huh. We haven't seen any Nidus against Protoss in a bit. It could catch him off guard.
Yeah.
I mean, he could try. There's several different ones. I mean, there's all sorts of weird speedling all-ins that you can do, like special timings where you're running around the first adept and you're like running in before the second gates in the wall. Of course, there are Baneling builds. You know, Classic's been so on top of making Stargates, though.
By the way, I believe one of our players requested to use the break, but is not going to use the break to actually, like, leave.
Yeah.
Go to the bathroom. So,
they're trying to figure out what to do right now.
yeah, they both are for sure.
You can tell Classic's really thinking.
Classic's like, what if? I don't know. And Dark's like, Nidus. Let's get this game going.
You really think Nidus, huh?
I mean, I'm fine being wrong, but he does, you know, occasionally do this, man. He'll do some weird roach rush or something.
Proxy Hatch. Let's do Proxy Hatch.
Okay.
Proxy Hatch, Ravage Roll.
He watched this game's going to be so basic, and Zerg is going to win with Lings and Hydras, and we'll be like, sorry, guys, we can dream, right? SOS still waiting in the finals. He's actually at his PC right now waiting.
Yeah. Probably watching this on stream.
Yeah.
On his PC.
He's probably watching anime at his PC. He probably doesn't even care about what's going on here.
He doesn't care at all.
Yeah.
He doesn't want to watch other people play because he knows it'll make him stupider.
Yeah. He's like, I don't care about what's going on in there.
Yeah. It's like, I don't watch these bronzies.
Yeah.
They don't even understand what's going on. They don't even...
He's actually an MS Paint drawing proxy pylons.
Oh my god.
Okay. Well, this short break, the time's going to be up in a little bit here, and we're going to have to force the players to start.
Indeed.
This is so important to both these guys, you know, to win the Super Tournament, to get to the finals.
It's been a long time for all three of these players that are left to win a tournament. Really a long time.
Okay.
Years.
Break time's up. We're going into this. Classic taking his last swig of water. What is the strategy they're going to do? The best PvZ and best EVP these guys have to offer is going to have to be shown here now, because the loser will not have that opportunity to face off against SOS in the finals.
GSL Super Tournament Season 2 Semifinals Match 2.
Let's see if he does cheese.
A Chez.
Dark. Gosu Crew Classic.
I think he'll play a more relaxed macro game. It seems like those have been doing better for him. Just
Classic?
kind of more standard
Classic
plays.
or Dark?
Classic. His standard play has been doing well, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I guess the adepts are not.
Yeah, I was going to say that the
super
adept
standard.
game.
But I think he did that because he killed so many drones to start. He's like, well, this can only get better, right?
Yeah.
It's like when you're running hot at a casino, you should just bet more money. That's what he was doing. And it's always the right play, right?
Yeah, let's just see. Let's see what he's got. And maybe I'm totally wrong about Dark. Maybe he really just wants to do a game where he's in control.
Tistos.
It's a good day.
It's the other casters. No joy, no work. I love it. It's a great sign. It's a great
sign. There's a lot of detail
that's a bucket
in that
list
sign,
as far as I can tell.
It is.
You're set for life now.
That means he can die now, right? Is that?
Absolutely.
Exactly. Die happy. Yeah, we got a lot of people coming down here for Super Tournament. I love doing this tournament because we get to see the same people coming down here each day. Kind of, you get to really marathon through a whole top-tier StarCraft 2 tournament in this badass studio we got.
Yeah. All the memories are very fresh, whereas sometimes in GSL you're trying to remember round of 32 when you're in the finals, and it's like, what happened again?
Yeah, that's very true.
It's like, that was 3
casting
months ago.
Code S is a little bit trickier sometimes because, some of the games we casted were 3 months ago. But here it's all fresh in our minds, all very much alive.
Stargate. Standard stuff on both sides thus far. Nothing out of the ordinary.
We're still waiting. Will there be, for instance, in Game 1, a second Stargate? Will there be any kind of adept timing? Will he go for some kind of a Archon drop? Or some kind of variant of that where it's like DTs then into Archon drop like SOS is doing? I mean, SOS has basically shown that he's a lot more flexible. When it comes to SOS, he's like the yoga master of builds. Like he could bend the build into any position.
3 kills again with that.
Yeah,
adapt.
what is going on?
And he actually almost got 4 kills. What in the hell? 3 kills.
Now, if the Oracle comes in, how many kills is that going to get?
4, remember? It's just a replay of the last game. Now he's going Phoenix first. But 3 kills, like, from that adapt, that is not how that's supposed to go. So,
Well, he's getting that Oracle after the Phoenix.
maybe this is Dark's plan, though, Taste. If I could steal from you and your idea of stats, trying to trick him running Lings up there.
Exactly,
Maybe Dark said to himself, you know what? I'm going to let him kill 3 drones again with his adept, and then he's going to try that adept pressure on me. I'm going to be ready for it and smash it.
The mind games are real, Artie.
Yeah.
Okay, the Overlord's been eliminated, so lights out for the Zerg and the Protoss' base. Phoenix still on the move here. This Oracle's going to be out in just a second. We'll see how many kills it gets. 3 gateways are finishing up. A 4th is now being made as the Twilight Council is continuing to be warped in.
Twilight. So it's just going to be Glaives once again. He did so well with it previously. Let's see what this gets done, though. Should be only 2.
Well, Artosis.
Yeah.
We will see about that. Looks like Shine wants to show us there is a warping point out there. He could try to send stuff out that way.
Oh, yeah.
To surprise him.
Glaives once again. Wow, we're having a lot of Glaives lately. Oh my god,
my God.
Taseless. It's the exact same thing as
God,
last
it's
game.
Groundhog's Day, the esports cast. What is this?
I can't believe you got the same exact amount of drones.
Okay.
He even went Oracle second this game. I'm pretty sure he went Oracle first last game, so it's like more reasonable to lose things. Wow. Okay, well, Ro.4 on the way.
Thing is, guys, if you lose that many drones, of course they have to be remade, but that means you're going to have less attacking units, just due to the way that the Zerg grow. I mean, they need to rely on larva. That larva's going to workers and not to attacking units.
Yeah, it kind of like slumps your economy. That's just the way it is. Everything gets slower then. So that Robo's going to be finishing. He's getting ready to take this third. He's hiding these adepts. That's that warping point you pointed out. It's another drone. So now he's killed, what, 8 or so?
We're going to have that Nexus in a second here. A few more adepts. Third Nexus coming down. Let's get going. He's moving out. Is Dark going to be ready?
That is a lot of adepts. 9 roaches are on the way.
Okay.
Does he even know that this is coming yet? Look at this. This is exactly the same game out of both sides.
He's coming up now. Where does he want to go? Is he going to try to wedge himself at the second base and screw up the rallies?
Yeah, look at this. Walks towards the third, shades elsewhere. Oh, the shade was actually a little bit of a miss. Pretty obvious he was going to cancel that.
Yeah, cancels that shade. But no drones have been killed yet.
No, so far so good.
That's kind of this game of cat and mouse here as the adepts are being chased down. He's going to cancel again.
God, at this rate, he might be able to even get this hatchery, but he's got to do that twice more.
The thing is, if he doesn't get it now, he can probably get it later. Oh, no, he's going to get it, I think. Leaving 2 there, just in case. Now hitting these drones.
God, 6 drones falling instantaneously there. A big chunk of the army actually left over.
Oh, wow, and he said 2 in the main here.
Yeah, the adepts are starting to go all over the place. Look at that, 12 drones have now fallen. Not as bad as in the previous game, but pretty bad still.
Well, if he gets his hatchery, it's going to be really bad.
That would be huge to get that hatchery.
And it's the same idea. He's getting the disruptors behind this.
Yeah, which is kind of interesting. You don't see disruptors right now against Zerg very often.
Let's also keep in mind, a lot of those adepts were not killed back there.
Yeah, he saved a decent amount, didn't he?
Yeah, if he sets up a push over here from the top right, I think that the hatchery solo is going to die in the middle of the fight anyways.
Oh, for sure. Look at how many sentries he has.
Yeah.
He can easily get in there and target it down. Hydra's on the way.
3 more gates. We're going to have those into warp gates here momentarily. You're right. Yep, Hydras are on the way, but it's going to be a little bit longer for that.
Okay.
All right, and a 4th base here in the middle.
Well,
still waiting for that push, though.
I
think when this War Prism's out, he's going to go.
Yeah, this army is pretty darn scary right now. It's just 28 roaches on the other side. similar supplies when it's a Roach army. And I mean, this has a bunch of adepts in it, so it's not like a perfect Protoss army at this supply, but it's not bad either. A lot of force fields for him to play around with. I want to see him go and kill off that third base. I think it's so doable.
I'm going to have a lot of
maybe send a couple shaded adepts somewhere too to draw him.
Yeah, I suppose you could send like 2 or 3 somewhere.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind seeing him try like walk up towards that hatch and
by the
send
way,
2.
Zerg's going to know what's going on here when he realizes that there's no army back here. That can only mean one thing. All right. The fight's going to happen right over here, and he's going to ditch it. He's sacking the base. I think this is a tough decision to make here for Dark, but I think it's the wise one.
Yeah.
Now, is he really going to try to push from inside out? Is that really how this is going to happen?
Yeah, I don't think he really wants to push up that hill against this many Ravagers plus Hydras.
The fake Colossus here to spot on the high ground.
It's a good play. Cancel that shade, though, yeah.
Yep. Oh, nice force fields here, locking him out.
Very good force field. Oh, very good hit with that Disruptor as well. Wow.
Another one there, too.
2 very quality hits.
It's really weird because you can kind of hit the workers from the mineral patches in this location, like above that.
Especially if that was a real Colossus.
Yeah. But yeah, I think you get some stalker shots and stuff like that sent up there. So is he going to try to just loop around and do a little bit more damage this way?
I think so. There's no reason not to, really.
Yeah.
Like, his Disruptors are charged up again easily. And
now, Dark has a huge army, but he doesn't have an angle that he can attack in here as far as the army of Classic is. But this counterattack here with the Roaches is looking pretty good.
Dark might be falling down. Another base.
Oh.
Wow. These Disruptors are doing a great job.
Is that the War Prism?
Oh, did he get it? Well, you know what? He's warping in a lot of units at home as well, so I think it's not even that big of a deal.
Yeah. Okay, this hatchery goes down 2. It's Dark on 2 bases. Classic not with very many workers. They're under attack over his main and his natural.
Wow. Classic just doing such a great job here, but Dark continuing to pump out quite a few units. He did do some counter-harassment damage during all this, but Dark's on 2 bases.
Yeah, well, the thing is, Classic can just remake probes, chrono boosting that out. And again, another attack in here. Yeah. Now, the force fields were a little bit lackluster, so he's going to actually have to run.
Yeah, he's going to back up at this point. I mean, it's not like you can just chase him down there. That's a tiny little ramp. He's gotten a ton of damage done. And he still has 3 Nexuses. So what do you do as Dark? How do you come back here?
Well, I guess he just has to try to expand, right? He's not even really making that many drones. He was remaking Roaches. Last I saw, 2 Disruptors at a time. Yeah. I mean, it's not hard to kill Roaches with Disruptors.
Well, certainly it's not hard.
Yeah.
And I mean, Disruptor plus Blinkstalker it's a solid composition, right? You're not going to end up blowing up too many of your Blinkstalkers. If you're on charge lots or something, that's a different story.
Protoss just basically staying back. I mean, Classic's now taking the lead. He just has to continue to solidify that, and he'll be okay.
Oh, Classic's army looks so scary right now. 5 Disruptors in there. Still got 3 sentries, 20 Stalkers.
I don't think he needs any more Disruptors, by the way. There's definitely a magic number for Disruptors.
I wish you would tell this to more Protosses about their PVTs. Sometimes you see like 12 Disruptors walk around like, what?
Like, can you even use that?
Yeah. And they, send 6 off at once and 5 of them miss. I'm like, okay.
Okay, he's coming in here. This, I believe, is going to be the kill move.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, this is going to be
Forces that cancel again. Dark is not given up as of yet. Sky does not want just another top 4. He's been getting a lot of those lately.
He's trying to come in here once more. Shades forward. Roach is now hitting from behind. It's going to be tricky to shoot Disruptor shots out of both sides.
Really good micro here by Dark, I want to say.
Beyond the fight itself, you got to note that there's no base being made here now because of this. Oh, man.
Just ridiculous
I
hits.
think that is it.
Just awesome hits right there.
All right, he taps out. GG. We've got a PvP finals, and Classic cannot hide his smile.
No, certainly not, nor should he. Classic back in a finals after some time. Ooh. Thumbs down for his good friend Dark. Eliminates him once again. He's really, I mean, Classic has filled out his game so much. Classic 2.0, you've been calling him a lot, and you can really see that there. And now we're going to have one of the very best PvPs you could ever have. The best, smartest PvP player ever, SOS, going up against just one of the most solid PvP players that we have in Classic.
Yeah.
This is going to be a crazy awesome finals.
I cannot wait. I don't know who comes out on top. I really don't. With Classic and SOS?
It's SOS.
Oh, my bad. Okay, so it's SOS who's going to win. No, I mean, come on, man. Classic's pretty good.
Yeah,
PvP,
he's all right.
he's pretty tricky.
He is.
I think it's going to go to the very last game. Though.
Oh, yeah. No,
it's not going to be one-sided.
There's going to be so many mind games and so many crazy plays here. I think we're going to have almost no just regular macro plays.
Probably not.
I don't know how many third nexus we're going to see today.
No late game PvP for these two.
Yeah, probably not.
So
no max out armies.
Yeah.
It's not happening.
I believe we have a 12-minute break, which is kind of...
It's a very weird number.
It's a weird...
Why do you make things like this up?
It's a very weird number to have. I think we need to get the stage set up for the finals. Let the players do the map pick. Give Classic a little bit of a break before we jump into this. So
yeah,
you've got something you want to do at home. It takes, 10 minutes.
Yeah, let's call it 10 minutes. 12 just seems
well, if you do something that might take 12 minutes, then you might have miscalculated. You're going to miss the first, 30
you don't
seconds.
You don't want to cut it so tight.
You're going to miss the interview.
Tace is, one of those guys that is going to give you a smaller amount of time. It's like, we're meeting at 4. It's actually 4:30,
but so I don't know when we're going to be throwing a break here. I think we got to wait for the Korean commentators to kind of
such is our
wrap it
lives,
up.
man. Thank God this is the last GSL of the year.
We have more views on this thing, but we're tethered to their cast, Artosis. We're going to go to that break now. When we come back, the finals of the Super Tournament. Don't go away.